drawing board. Yes. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. Where am I actually going to be drawing? I'm usually like more up here. Yeah, there we go. Is that reasonably in focus? It is reasonably in focus. Look at that. It's almost like it remembered the settings from last time. Good afternoon, folks. Haven't been here in a long time. How's everything going? Everything is going good. I am having a very fun 2026 so far. Off to a great start. I've got Volume 6 artwork going good. I've got Ascension roleplay artwork going good. I'm gonna grab the pencil from this side. So, yeah, we got the Yark demo out for the Yark backers. So everything is just onwards and upwards. I have coffee. I always like having coffee. I hope you guys are having a good 2026 so far as well. This end paper is getting dusky. Time to get a new one. When I get into the graphite from the blue line sketch, I don't really have to do this for blues. But with graphite, I like to take a piece of paper and fold it in half and use it as a hand rest. And that minimizes the amount of like rubbing and stuff like that. So I don't smear the lead around quite as much as I otherwise would. And yeah, we've got some good Volume 6 progress rolling, but the Volume 6 pages, some of them are a little bit on the spoilery side, so that's why I'm not working on those on stream right now. But fortunately, I've got plenty of other stuff to do, including some sketches for the lore book that we are also producing this year.
You know, it kind of makes me wonder. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yep, come through loud and clear.
Oh, good. I'm still loading the laptop. Kind of makes me wonder if Andaruna has a bunch of like prestigious celebrity awards and stuff.
Oh, they do. They absolutely have celebrity.
I bet they do.
That's part of the modern Andaruna sort of vapid pop culture feel.
It's very important in the red carpet and.
But right now, I'm drawing a scene from... Actually, I think it's Norvendire. Yeah. The Wheelwrights Guild is in Norvendire, so...
I was wondering about that one. Alright, I don't have battery. So moving on to cord. Give me a minute.
The laptop cord is in the library because I was listening to music while I was doing map work in there. Excuse me.
It's like the spotted lizard leg just sitting out from underneath the bookcase.
She's so funny when she's brumating.
I know, I'm starting to think she's drunk or something. I just imagine she's like passed out drunk. Something I was not aware of.
I still don't know why they call it brumation. It's like we already have the word hibernate. Isn't it kind of the same
different.
thing?
No, it's different. I have told you this before. They need to empty their stomach to sleep, otherwise the food will like not digest properly, kind of rot in their stomach. And bears and such have to eat a lot and put on fat storage. It's
well,
different.
that's just the difference between like warm-blooded and cold-blooded. That's not like
Exactly.
a difference. It's like you could just say, oh yeah, that's how warm-blooded animals hibernate versus cold-blooded. You don't have to have a whole new word for it. Especially
You do.
says who?
You, the tegus. The reptile experts who think they're fancy.
They could have at least thought of a more creative word. What can we call it instead of hibernation? Deprivation? What, did you just say hibernation? No! No, I said a totally new word. Okay, yeah, we'll call it that.
Oh.
Done deal.
I'm seeing a tab open about Bigfoot aliens KGB. What is that? What did you do?
That sounds like, I want to watch something later on about Bigfoot and
I know
aliens
you
and the
do.
KGB.
I don't even know what the KGB is. Please inform me.
The KGB, it's like the FBI, but during the Soviet era. It's
Oh.
like the Soviet version of the FBI.
Oh, thanks. Okay, well, that is all very relevant and related to nothing. So.
Well, I mean, they might be related to each other. I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet. That's why I need to watch it, so I understand these things a little better. I think the last one I watched from that channel was how long can a human head survive when it is severed?
Well, they kind of studied all that in France, I think. Okay, so if the lizard doesn't get all the food out, well, it starts to ferment. It'll rot actually, and that could kill the lizard. Which is why when they're going to go into brumation, they stop eating, and then it's really important that you don't try to feed them anything for a while. Because I mean, I don't know a lot about it because this is the first year we've done it. So I assume the lizard would know not to eat, but I really don't know a lot about how they tick.
I would not prevail upon the common sense of reptiles. I think that would be an unwise
I
choice.
wouldn't either. I know it's always the debate with the animals: survival or stupid. Like, sometimes it's really hard to tell. I don't remember following Merv the cat with your account, but you get them now, so that's my fault.
I'm following Merv the cat now.
I don't know. I don't actually know if you are, but we get notifications from them, so I think I did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't care. You have gothic chests on here too.
Gothic chess?
I don't know. See, that's a, that is the account. So
Is it? Do you mean Gotham chess? I think that's like a YouTuber.
I think that's it. I don't know. YouTube is really busy flipping his shit right now. What are you doing, YouTube?
I don't know what YouTube is doing, but I'm drawing. That's
It doesn't know either.
one of the nice benefits of drawing is it doesn't matter if the power is out or the drivers need to be updated. Nothing like that. You can just put your pencil on the paper, and nothing's gonna stop it. It's very nice.
Yeah, but hey, if the power is out and lights,
Well, I mean, there's the sun. That's good for most of the day. Maybe not so much in the winter, but I'm just saying, like, there's like, oh, my tablet's not plugged in. The drivers need to be updated. Oh no, the software is all dumb. Or there's all sorts of tech issues.
It's endless. It's endless. And actually, the funny thing is, whenever we watch, like every YouTube streaming show guy we watch, no matter how long they've been streaming for years and all that, and have experience, tech problems every time,
Yep.
and they're completely clueless. It's really funny.
But when you're drawn with pencil and paper, it always works. Simple technology always works. You may notice I'm cheating with a circle template. Sometimes I don't draw them by hand.
Oh, you're not a real artist because you have a template.
Yeah.
Dave is at AI slop. Circle template slop.
Yeah, it's circle template slop. I'm taking jobs away from like hard-working circle drawers, actually.
Oh, they see smoke. No, explain that. That is my
Oh,
humidifier.
oh, fire! Oh no, no, yeah, it's a humidifier. We discovered that the air gets dry in the winter when you fix your house so that it no longer has ventilation to the outdoors. And so now we're
that was the
humidifying it.
stupidest thing ever. It was so dumb. We had a new door put on the back, and all of December my eyes were just going nuts. And I went to the doctor like 4 times trying to figure out what this was.
Why my
And
eyes are going nuts? And they're like, well, it's almost like you have like dry eyes from something. And we're like, dry eyes, but what's different? Or like they thought it was allergic, and we're like, nothing has changed. We're not having any different in new foods. What could it possibly be? And then it's like, oh, it's
The door?
The door. It is. You're allergic to having a functional door.
I know. So we got a humidifier, which is, you're old when that is the coolest thing ever. Is that it lights up, it has LED, and it has water in it, so it makes like a bubbly, cool river sound, and then it throws mist out the top.
To be fair, I think I would have liked the misty humidifier thing even when I was younger, because I thought a fog machine was really cool.
I know that, but like, how many 10-year-olds are like, yeah, mom and dad, I want a humidifier for my birthday? Nobody.
Call it like a simulated volcano dinosaur jungle mystifier. Call it a mystifier, and I would have been all over it.
Oh, I know, the mystifier. No, and the stupid cool thing is if you just put your face in it, it's like the nicest thing ever.
Yeah. Then add to that the fact that we're ancient, decrepit, elder ones, and we're like, oh, baby, we're gonna fire up the humidifier tonight.
It's so stupid. No, but the other thing is, like, it has an LED on it, which is cool. But then Dave hooked up this other kind of like, it's like a red LED to it, so it looks just nuts. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then we turn off the lights, and it's just so cool.
Well, not now during the daytime, but at night you put the red light like down underneath it, so it shoots up and hits the mist when it comes out, and then it does look like a volcano.
Mm-hmm. We think it's kind of cooler than a lava lamp, honestly. It's kind of the modern. It's the old person lava lamp, is what that is.
Yeah.
The humidifier. Unlike the dehumidifier, which is not fun or cool. Dehumidifiers are lame.
Well, depends on if you like your basement to be dry, I guess.
Yeah, well, they make noise and you gotta empty them and they don't light up. Actually, yeah, you wouldn't let me get the color changing one, and I got you because I have ordered the color changing one.
I swear, you guys, never buy your woman one humidifier, because that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's the start of a long chain of events where she just gets more humidifiers. They start popping up everywhere.
I need to be humid.
Humidity is non-negotiable.
Around here it isn't, honey, and you'll love it. You'll definitely love changing that in 24 hours.
Well,
oh, Mama made a little video. It's on Telegram. That's cool. We'll look at it later.
Oh, let me check it out, actually. Let me see if I can turn around and see the chat.
Yeah, can you turn around? I don't think you
I can turn around.
Turn around every now and then. I get a little bit closer.
Oh, this is cool. Hold on, let
by.
me make so that you guys can see it on stream.
I can't see.
You will be able to as soon as I figure out where my little media source is. There's a bunch of media sources in here.
Yeah, it's so hard. Technology.
I don't think I actually added this media source in here because this is the drawing board, not the normal one. So let's go with display capture.
I don't think you can do that. That might.
I bet I can. Web browser.
Crazy camera.
No, that's display capture. I want something that captures window capture. There we go. Name is already used. Oh, come on. Web browser 2.
Told you it's too advanced for you.
There we go. No, it's not. Look, here it is. I got it.
Is it gonna... I don't see anything.
Well, there's a little bit of a lag.
Go.
Yeah.
Ooh, tabs. Yeah, hide those.
Check out all my tabs. Tabs.
Oh, that's the running one. I think I saw that for last week.
Oh, you saw? I have not seen this yet. Let me get it so it's underneath all the cool... I'm setting this up so in the future it'll already be where it's supposed to be.
What are your tabs?
It's got to go underneath the little pieces so it looks like it's part of the show.
Tabs,
Come on, all the way down. Is it still on top of the...
You don't even know.
Oh, I've been moving web browser, not web browser 2. Yes, remove this stupid...
I told you this is too hard.
It's not too hard. Give me a moment. Now I just need to move it above the webcam. There! Look, isn't that perfect? That's perfect.
I've seen nothing. Oh, it's gone. What did you do?
It's not gone. You are just... You have lag! You have lag! I have no lag. Let's watch this thing that Mammal made with AI. The forbidden AI.
Oh, we're not allowed to do that here. So...
She actually like hit a bucket with a sound that was cool.
I like how she's like fighting 3D movie guys. I don't know why. But
That was
it's
really
cool.
cute. Man, well, that's awesome. I don't know, like
I
the
think
AI stuff
I
is
think
like,
she's naked in bed.
no, there's pajamas on there, but there's no sleeves. It's like AI pajamas where there's some wrinkles in the cloth, but then there's not. It's as good as it can do. AI still has a few little tweaks that needs to get worked out, but I like seeing animation. It's fun.
Okay, well that might have been the wrong one.
Well, I just enjoyed the wrong one. Call me a rebel. Call me Rebel Dave. Wrong one enjoyer.
Are we gonna get you a leather jacket and like with little spikes? This is a Rebel Dave.
Yeah.
And it's not a motorcycle. It's just you sitting in like an office chair on wheels.
Yeah, Rebel Dave. Insert edgy phrase involving humidifiers here. That's me.
Yeah.
Like, my body is a machine that turns humidifiers into empty humidifiers. Perfect.
No, it turns water into humidifiers, and water into mist. It's so cool. It actually looks really good on screen. I have no regrets. It's like this stupid volcano.
Does it actually look good back there? Oh, yeah, it is on
Yeah.
screen a little bit. Look at that.
That's why they knew about it too. I figured that was gonna show up.
Oh, I thought that they just, like, knew... I thought they just
No.
had freakish, like, telepathic knowledge of our layout.
No, they're like, wow, your stream is so humid, Dave. How do you do it?
Like,
I can see
something
it back
feels different. Something feels a little more humid in here.
Oh, well, I can see it. But no, I'm serious. They have like an LED color you're changing rainbow one that he wouldn't let me get because his argument was, "Oh, I want to sleep at night." I'm like, I'm pretty sure you can turn the light off.
Yeah, David with
But-
his unreasonable asks. I want to sleep at night. I want to eat food every day. This insane, entitled bastard.
And I want to rave to the humid mist.
No, you can rave. We'll put the rave one in the parlor where the daylight
And
things
there's-
happen.
Oh no, it's a parlor. Okay,
It's
fine.
whatever I want to say. Just let me use my fun, fancy words.
I know. Well, we are going to have an LED misty rave in the living room. It's gonna be great.
Okay, as long as it's a living room, because I still like the bedroom for sleeping at night, where it's dark and I can sleep.
Ooh, it's not just excess heat from how much art Dave is constantly producing. It would be, except he's got business stuff, so I think that cools you down.
Yeah, business stuff.
Business stuff. Responsibility.
Responsibilities.
We hates it, Precious.
Well, the business stuff is actually, fortunately, thank you to backers, going well enough. I don't know, that's supposed to be a separate piece of wood. It's going well enough that I'm actually, I think, going to be able to focus more on art in 2026, which is...
That is the plan.
That is what I like. So far, it's working out.
Good. Yeah, you're getting a lot done here. I'm actually getting to work after the humidifier issue too. That humidifier problem set me off for like a month. It's fine. Nobody knows my productivity level went down, but I did. So.
I did, but I'm full of love and understanding. Love and
Whoa.
understanding, love and understanding, love and understanding. That's my theme song. Got these guys making wheels. I actually watched a little YouTube video about, like, how did they make wagon wheels? That's where this delightful, like, weird tool with the curvy lines comes into play. There's this, actually supposed to be a metal needle right there. Not sure exactly how it works, but they use it to mark off distances on these sort of wheel chunks, and then they can drill holes at equal distances so they can pound them onto the spokes.
Yeah, do you want to explain the wagon guild to me? Because I thought what they were doing was pretty funny. Or is that lore?
The wheel
Secret stuff?
It's not secret. It's, they're gonna get the lore book and it'll be in there. But it's the Wheelwrights Guild, and they know how to make wheels properly, and that means that no one else should be allowed to make wheels without the proper license from the Wheelwrights Guild.
That's right, which means they probably have, like, some sort of muscle that goes around and says, you better not be making wheels.
Well, if it's an unlicensed wheel, then yeah, who knows? It might not be safe. You could have public safety issues. So you gotta shut down your illegal wheel making operation and get a licensed
That's
wheel from the
stupid.
guild.
That's so dumb.
You know, I thought it was done
And
when I
they
made
make
it up,
wheels.
but then I looked up the info about like how do you make a wheel, and I was like, oh, actually, actually making wheels is a lot more involved than I would have imagined. Lots of
Serious art.
fine-tuned, very very detailed carpentry. It's like you think drawing a circle is hard. Try making a load-bearing circle that performs a task and is engineered to like be put on an axle and the whole 9 yards.
That's actually something I thought was really interesting about Center. Is like Center could probably develop like a motor or the car, but he's just busy making the same gun over and over and over again.
Hey, it's not the same gun. Like the Mark III is the third iteration of those rifles. There's like a Mark II. It's not the same. It's design differences. But yes,
Doesn't
he's
it kind of do the same thing at the end?
like maybe to the untrained eye, it looks like it's all the same, but no, it's some guns
I
shoot.
think I think a lot of Troika has learned not to ask him detailed questions because he'll just go into some sort of a big monologue about how everything works.
Yeah, you don't want to get him started on one of his quote unquote topics. He'll be there all day.
Oh, that. Center makes bigger gun, his brain makes dopamine.
Pretty much, yeah.
Each gun is bigger and more deadly, yes. I wonder if he I wonder if he has like a discontinued gun, like, oh, we made that gun until 2001. That one is a retired gun. We don't make those anymore. This is a new gun.
Yeah, like the I forget if it's the Mark One or the Mark Twos, but the original line of rifles just wasn't as effective and had a lower rate of fire, lower magazine capacity. So the Mark Threes are now the only one that he has in production.
Okay.
Secret production.
Okay.
Liz
you
is just
for
like,
sharing.
I surrender. Fine, whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I just assume you have to ask him and he's over there in your corner.
David's got his corner and Center's got his corner. It's
You just have to like no, you're just in a telegram room with all the characters asking them and they like answer for you and you keep going. That's why when somebody says to me like, "Oh, I really like Lilith," I'm like, "Thanks, I'll tell her." Okay, so I'm sure the Wheel Guild is like a really important part of the roleplay game, right?
I mean, it's part of the lore. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be that involved in the campaign that we're doing, but you know, especially if people want to make their own campaigns, then you have all sorts of raw material that you could build off of.
Or if they want to make their own wheels, they have to join the Wheel Guild.
Well, I mean, you don't have to, but if you don't join the Wheel Guild, then you might have some legal problems. Renegade
You're gonna-
wheel makers.
You know what? They're gonna cut you at the knees and slice off your. They're gonna cut your kneecaps and then you have to buy wheels.
Well, I mean, they could do something like that, or they might do something even more vicious and like sue you. You know, it all depends on, I guess, which Wheel
Depends
Guild
on the-
guy's coming after you.
The flavor of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love their legal stuff.
And these little blocks are actually part of the wheel making process. They're hubs that all the spokes go into, actually.
Are you part of the Wheel Guild?
Now I am. I'm an honorary part of the Wheel
Yeah.
Guild because I watched
No.
a YouTube video for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was. You actually had to learn. That's so sad. You had to. Well, not really sad. But you had to learn how to build wheels in order to draw how to make wheels.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's just handy. I mean, it's a fantasy story, so I guess I could get away with just like, they're gonna make wheels. They grow them from the wheel tree. You know, you could do whatever you want. I think they actually did that in Xanthar, in that series. But sometimes it's just nice to get some reference because then you can choose how heavily do you want to stylize the fantasy.
We're wondering how close they are to making gunpowder.
Gunpowder. You know, if they explore that direction more, they could probably develop it pretty quickly. But it's just that they already have an alternate way of doing things that's, you know, it's more economical for them just to continue developing the systems already in place.
Yeah, it's kind of like the if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It'd be so sad if Center developed. I don't know how many guns there are now. There are a lot. I saw like 20 to 30 different designs. And then gunpowder is created, and then he's like, "Oh fuck."
He'd probably make use of it pretty fast. It's just, uh, again, until you've done something like that, the idea just might not have occurred to anybody yet.
That is true. Well, if somebody had the power to liquefy wood, they could just cast the wheels out of bolts. Oh man,
They could.
Wheel Guild is going to come after you. That is not. That is not allowed.
Well, that's sort of like the flip side of like innovation is if you innovate something, especially without a proper license, you might be running afoul of some established interests, and so they might not let you innovate things.
Yeah, I mean, for example, when they developed the car, everybody with horses and saddles got really upset.
Yeah, and even in Andaruna, this is going to be, I think it'll pop up a little bit in the lore books. Just another fun piece of trivia. So they got the aqueducts established as like the main method of like really shipping people and materials between districts more efficiently. And then someone got the bright idea of a rail system. They actually invented not like steam locomotives, but they did invent like rail travel and rail trains. Like you see some rail systems in even in North Havenville, there is one. And the reason that they caught on more other places and never in Andaruna is because guess what? There was an established business interest with the aqueducts, and so as soon as there was a competing method for transporting the same type of stuff, uh, it's not that one technique was better than the other, but one of them had established interests, and so you can guess that there was some friction behind the scenes in shutting down rail lines in Andaruna.
Okay, so you've basically developed like the bureaucracy of how much this sucks in the government. You've invented capitalism over there. You've basically thought of how much the capitalism sucks over there. Dave, your world building is terrible.
Well, it's just that's how any government works. You can call it whatever form of government you dislike, I guess, but over time it gets a little bit silly. That's just human governments in general. They're going to get a little bit silly over time. Could be a good system, could be a bad system. It doesn't matter. It's going to get silly. Everything gets silly unless there's like reforms and pruning.
Yeah, you don't even know what everybody's favorite ice cream is. What kind of world building is this? This is not thought out.
That's true. I did not stop to figure out what like the favorite ice cream of every district is.
Crazy. You just went into book one completely blind, not knowing everybody's favorite ice cream.
Yeah, that's like the cliche of
I know.
writing advice that
yeah.
they'll be like, well, first you have to fill out a chart, and in the chart you fill out every single box for each character must be checked so you understand the character well, and it'll be sometimes trivia such as like, what is their favorite ice cream flavor, and which it's not bad to think through your characters, and if you need like a checklist to do that, then that's one way to get it done. That's right. There's a little thing here.
Yeah, but in reality, some people don't have a favorite ice cream because there are a lot of ice creams and they don't really care.
Well, it's not a bad way to ensure that you're thinking through your characters, but it also isn't like some people will mistake a guide like that. They'll mistake the map for the territory, so to speak. They'll think, oh, if I do this checklist, then I'm a good writer and I understand my character. And it's like, not necessarily. If you're just checking boxes and if you're just going through motions that have been assigned to you by some arbitrary outline, you might complete your homework and still have no clue like what makes these characters interesting or relevant to the story or anything else. So it's, I don't know, like for people that need a little bit of organizational help or they need a prompt, or maybe some people, new writers might not even realize, oh, I need to think through my characters first. But then a lot of people like will get the Dunning-Kruger effect kick in where they think, well, I filled out this template for my characters, and therefore if other authors don't know the favorite ice cream flavor for their characters, this is it. This is the reason I am better than them. And then that's like their priority is like they're looking for some box to check that will make them better than other person by default, which sounds silly, but some people get wrapped up in silly things.
I've seen another one besides the ice cream flavor where you need to remember every character's birth date on the calendar, like it matters.
Oh yeah, that rarely is going to come into play in the plot.
Like that's the thing. They're more interested in like ice cream flavors and their birthday instead of like an actual personality going on there.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily like a crime to think through like irrelevant details like that. Because, when you're writing a character, 90% of what you develop is just to help you understand things internally. And it's like an iceberg. Most of it the reader will never see, most of that information will never cross their radar because it's not relevant to the story and it's not relevant to the plot. It's only
Yeah,
relevant
I
to
mean,
helping the author write the character with a little more verisimilitude.
I'm sure Nama has like a specific spaghettio shape she likes, but we don't really need to care or know about that. So we don't need like the chart to know that.
Yeah, and again, I'm not like knocking charts. Charts can be great. It's just don't. A lot of people will sometimes use a tool, but then again, they will take that tool and think that, oh, this is the thing that I can use to flex on anybody that didn't use the same tool. And it's like, no, you're not really here to do the same thing that some authors are here to do. You're just here to try to make yourself feel like you're better than someone else. And you see the same thing in like whether it's like a religion or a political system. It's people that they'll be looking for something where they just check some boxes, and then that will make them better than other people, like by default, like by definition.
Exactly. And you can write a story and worry about like ice cream flavors or birthdays later as like trivia. It just doesn't, you don't, like if that is stopping you from writing your story, then maybe you have some other issues to resolve.
Yeah, it's also really helpful to know, like, just overall, what is your story about, because that'll help you start to understand. Because I don't want to say like, oh, never develop an ice cream flavor preference for your character. Maybe that's relevant to the story you're writing. It's possible, but to know whether or not development is relevant, it really helps to get a handle on what your story is about, what the major themes are, where the plot is going. And then if you're going to be putting, and you should be putting a lot of effort into developing like characterization and like story details and things like that, at least you can be funneling it into things that are important and that will be relevant to the plot. So that way you're not necessarily just doing a bunch of busy work for the sake of doing a bunch of busy work. You're doing work that will eventually have its expression in something tangible that other people can enjoy.
I think they can video stream with data scrolls. Isn't that how they do their TP?
Yes. I'm not sure if they can do it live or not. I still actually have to work out that detail for myself.
I don't know for a fact. Depends on if it'll happen if it's needed in the story. It'll probably show up in Prelude,
Well,
but I
it'll
don't
show
know
up
for a
for
fact.
sure. That's one of the nice things about this lore book is that when it comes to making a book of the lore, suddenly, like, really all of the lore kind of becomes relevant because that is what that book is about. So this lore book is a nice excuse, or a nice opportunity, I should say, to just take these ideas about the dream world that have been there and that they've been like in place well enough to support the plot very adequately. But now I get to like basically take this photograph and just turn up the resolution and see it more sharply and more clearly than ever before, and it's really fun. And like in the past, just for continuing forward with the graphic novels, I wouldn't really be able to totally justify putting like this insane amount of detail into the exact nuances of the plot and the setting and these things that won't necessarily come up in the story. But again, for a lore book, well, that's what the lore book is about. So it's really fun to get a chance to just bring more into focus in the dream world.
Data scrolls were they thought of before or after iPhone became a thing? I don't know when iPhone was
I want to say
invented.
probably after, because they had iPhones, or at least they had iPods in college.
I don't even know what the iPhone does. I've never seen one, so.
And
Mm.
well, I mean, it's a smartphone. You have a smartphone. It's just an
Yeah,
Apple
but I
branded
don't.
smartphone that costs 10 times as much
Well,
as every other smartphone for no reason.
good
Just
branding.
so you have a smartphone. Now imagine if it had a little Apple on it and it could do less and it cost 10 times as much. Not that that's an iPhone.
Got it. Does it crash for no reason? Because I remember the apples at school doing that a lot.
I don't know if how much they crash, but yeah, when we were at school and we had to use Macintosh workstations, I remember those were the cause of
It
so
was so
many deadline destroying night before disasters where it's like I should be able to just work and get this thing edited, get it done, get it ready to show in class tomorrow, but we are just crashing nonstop. And of course, at our school, the media studies labs would close at like, what was it, 9 p.m.?
depends on the day.
Yeah, so
Early on Sundays.
super, super expensive art college where everything would be closed and inaccessible after 8 or
Or
9
broken.
p.m. Beautiful.
Or broken. Also broken.
I remember that was one of my recommendations when I wrote a letter to the dean saying like, hey, here's some stuff that's
No.
really not up to par with this school that you really should consider like changing. One thing is like, people are paying $1 trillion to be at this like big fancy art school and they can't even work past like 9 p.m. at night or whatever
Oh
it is.
no, and you know what? They probably read that was like, yes, we should increase the price of the school.
And they did.
Yeah, I know.
Who knows? Maybe now they actually have 24-hour labs. That would be my contribution, which I would not be aware of because for some reason they weren't huge fans of me after I wrote this letter. But
I'm not a huge fan of them either, so they should definitely stream about me. That's great.
I don't think they stream. Do they know about streaming?
No, they don't know anything.
I mean, maybe they do. Plus we were there way back in time, our college days, early 2000s. So maybe they've got all new people and they really got their act together by now. Who knows? But if you are considering going to any art college, might want to check up on whether or not they have their act together before you drop the cash.
Really ask yourself, is it even needed, really?
And I mean, if you have like good networking opportunities and you want a job in the professional industry, it might be worth the money. Do a cost-benefit economic analysis for yourself, but don't just be like, oh, you're supposed to go to college, so I'll go to college. Doop doop doop. It's like, unless you need like the degree to get hired somewhere, or unless you have explicit value in the networking that you plan to get, you might want to think about like whether that's a good investment, both financial and time investment.
I've actually heard a couple success stories about people who go into like business management or history or accounting, and then they become really successful actors or cartoonists and have that as a backup. And then what happens is they're doing that other thing, and then they cartoon on the side, and the cartooning becomes successful, and they do that as a career.
I will say from personal experience, graduating art college, I became a successful security guard for quite a long time because I realized, I don't really have the time to work on Dreamkeepers doing full-time art. So I quit doing full-time art so that I could put all my artistic energy into Dreamkeepers. And being in a normal job on the side, it actually was really helpful because it provided lots of, it paid the bills because bills don't magically get paid where I come from. And B, it gave me motivation to just continue pushing on Dreamkeepers, make it as good as I could possibly make it, and really go out of my way to learn how to market it effectively. Because,
Well, yeah, that's actually the nice thing is like if Dave was trying to just pay bills with commissions all the time, he would constantly be stressed and distracted, and he wouldn't have time to do Dreamkeepers, which is, the books and what he's doing right now. So we've grown to the point where he can do all of it, but he's not like surviving on commissions constantly, which is really nice.
I think that was a key during like the first few graphic novels of Dreamkeepers because we've published multiple graphic novels. Well, and even though I was trying to make Dreamkeepers and Vivid Publishing function as a business the whole time, it was not for a long time. For a long time, like I didn't take any money whatsoever from any sales, ever. Like conventions, commissions, everything you name it, it all went back into Vivid Publishing, and it all went back into like trying to just get another couple banner ads or whatever we could to grow Dreamkeepers, to grow our audience and our customer base.
Which actually, to this day, when commission money comes in, it goes to the business. Dave doesn't actually get the money from that.
Yeah, it's just habit, I guess. But yeah, we always put growth first, and then us having money. That was the nice thing about having a job is I could devote all of my artistic energy and attention to Dreamkeepers, and then my job would be the thing where it's like, okay, well this mostly pays the bills. There we go.
And the other nice thing is when you were at your job, you could think about Dream Keepers.
Yeah, that was actually, I think, another really helpful component was picking out a job where
What are you doing?
I'm getting the music
You
hooked
just
back
they
up.
missed? Oh, okay.
Just gazing into the mist, yes. But yeah, picking out a job
Yeah.
that was actually really conducive to helping with the art.
Well, again, because like if you're constantly trying to survive off commissions, you're distracted by that all the time. You don't have time to think about your story and all of that.
Well,
There's also
it also turns into something where if you're making your living off of commissions, then you literally
Yep.
cannot afford to stop and do something else.
No, I mean, and then the other thing too is if you were known for commissions, people might not even know about the comic, and you've kind of you like fucked yourself a little bit in what you're known for.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to be known for really good art, and then there is a path from that to get people into books that you make that feature that really good art. But it's not automatic. That's part of like the whole marketing thing is understanding what people are paying attention to and why, and how you can maybe inform them of other stuff that they might really enjoy that they would not know about if you didn't take the time to market it to them. But I think that's one of the things that was helpful with just having a regular job on the side is sort of being forced to deal with customers and audiences and people's attention realistically. Because, like, if it doesn't actually translate into people reading our stuff and supporting the crowd funds and, like, buying copies of the books, then it's not going to translate into supporting our time. So we had to actually be practical and realistic about trying to, balance creative development and marketing and business growth and everything. And I think that's why I know a lot of art kids will sort of like launch their careers on this big fluffy trust fund of support where they don't really have to do those things. So they don't, and then eventually when the trust fund runs out, they're just sort of left there without the skills or the experience to really do these things. And especially if the trust fund lasts long enough, then they're a little bit older and they have less energy and like it's easier to do stuff when you have more energy, which is also a big part of why, like, even to this day now, I think managing energy is a really important thing to do, and that's why I try to go to the gym and stay in shape and all this stuff. It's because, like, well, I still have a lot of stuff that I want to do, so I gotta maintain energy. And if I'm just like, oh well, I'm just gonna draw, I don't want to take time off to go to the gym, a few weeks of that and it will start to show in depleted energy, and the time you put into drawing won't be as effective because you're just feeling more tired and run down and everything. So it's really important to, it sounds cliche, eat your vegetables, floss your teeth, stay in shape.
Dave, how secure were those security sites that you did?
They were
Were
pretty
they super safe?
They were
Were
pretty
you a
safe.
hero?
Yeah, when I was there, they were very safe.
Uh-huh.
I was a super duper hero.
There was a lady who had you did night and you did morning a couple times.
Yeah.
And I remember this lady with a cart with like sandwiches that really liked you.
Oh yeah, Lady Jane. She was awesome.
Was she
started
giving you
out,
free? You were getting free sandwiches, right?
I don't think it started out that way, but eventually we had an understanding.
You keep her safe. She feeds you sandwiches. Is that the deal?
It might have been. Well, that's where I first got into coffee, because the first site that I work started 5 a.m. So,
God, yeah.
I'd be there, like, it'd be still pitch dark, freezing, and Lady Jane would be there with her cart, and, she's there so that all the rich insurance people coming out of the parking garage they can buy their breakfast sandwiches on their way to work and stuff. And, of course, she had coffee, and at first, this is how it starts with coffee. At first, it's like, oh, well, I don't like coffee, but if I can put all these, like, fancy creamers in it and the sweetener, then it just sort of tastes like candy. So then it's good. If it has all that, then I can drink it. Within a year, black. Black was just, like, the best way to take it. Like, I'll still occasionally enjoy it with, like, some creamer and flavors and, like, obviously with my diet now, non-dairy, blah, 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 blah.
Oh yeah, do you have it with almond milk in the morning, or is it black coffee in the morning?
Well, now I have a coffee habit. So, first round in the morning is I have my bulletproof coffee, which includes a cacao powder, some creatine, collagen protein peptides, stevia, Himalayan sea salt,
Yeah, and that's kind of like it's like a healthy hot chocolate kind of mix, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like a mocha kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically like a delicious hot chocolate coffee, except it's also really all super good for me. So, and
I
I
know.
will take a coconut cream and almond milk with that. Those
You're so fancy.
well, it's just those combined make the best coffee creamer because almond milk alone is a little bit thin and a little bit weak. Coconut cream is like, well, that's pretty creamy, and mix them together. There you go.
Mamo heard creatine isn't working.
He heard creatine isn't working. Well, I'll go wake it up. Be like, creatine, get to work.
Oh, you've never had a problem with it. I don't like the texture, but that's you.
Yeah.
Dave, how many people did you punch for trespassing?
How many people did I punch for trespassing?
Yeah, how many people did you defeat? Did you write tickets?
Well, it's actually really fun because we're not allowed to touch anyone.
No, it's so pointless. It's so fucking stupid. I could be a security guard. It is like easy.
Oh, you think it's easy to observe and report, do you? It is. It's easy.
Didn't you bring a book?
Yeah, well, especially once you're on the night shift and you're just alone, literally totally alone in a building with one other security guy, and it's all night long. That was where, that was really the sweet spot. I got a lot of literal work done on graphic novels when I was a night shift security guard.
Yeah, that was the nice thing. I remember you had like, you worked at a couple different sites because they moved you around.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember your notebook. You had some little notebooks that you would sketch things in.
Yeah,
Your
character
designs. I
designs,
remember-
like sketching practice, like story notes. A
I
lot of Volume
remember,
2 development was in those.
I remember the Indigos came from there. I remember the Indigo sketches being developed, and I remember an early Vanth.
Yeah, early Vanth sketches were in the
when
security
that was
notebooks
really
too.
raw.
But that was the beauty of it because you're a security guard. You're supposed to always have a little notebook and a pencil. I guess this was before the age of like smartphones existed. I don't know why they didn't just give us like business smartphones to record with. But we all had little notebooks, and you're supposed to always be taking notes. And it's like, well, if I've got a pencil and I've got a notebook and I'm supposed to be taking notes, hey, I can also take some story notes. And a lot of that time as a security guard, like even when I wasn't on the night shift, when I was just like guarding the parking lot in January in the wind,
I know.
like it was actually valuable because sitting, having nothing else to focus on, and just thinking for hours, that really helped develop a lot of stuff.
So you just shot people in the knees instead, right? They didn't give you a gun.
They didn't give me a gun. They didn't give us guns.
I know.
We were basically just like mobile decoration. That's effectively what we were.
Yeah, I'm saying you couldn't touch them because of legal problems. It's kind of like at the store if somebody steals stuff, you're supposed to let them go and not punch them.
Yeah. Well, it'd be funny, like, eventually if there is, like, a problem person, and we had one guy in the parking garage once that was, like, you know, I don't know if he was on drugs or what, having a big scene, scaring the normies, that sort of stuff. Like, so what happens when there actually is a confrontation with this, like, sort of dangerous-seeming person, and you're not allowed to touch them? Well, you're supposed to call the police. Not too difficult, pretty easy. But then you also have, like, all the security guards on staff are going to come around and just be observing and reporting. So it's just like this, like, swarm of security guards that are just standing around, like, looking like, we're looking at you. We sure are.
They're gonna circle and stare, and they're gonna take little notes, and you're gonna get in trouble for their note taking.
They're gonna be looking at you, and they're gonna be scribbling in their notepads, and they're just gonna be hoping that you don't realize, like, oh, these guys can't do anything at all. They can't touch me.
They're judging you.
And then usually the guy will wander off yelling before the police even get there.
I feel like a lot of those homeless people were druggies. Like all of them.
Like, probably a good percentage. I'm sure there's, like, a whole range of people, but,
There's a lot of creativity. I thought like they normally didn't get into the parking garage, but I thought one time one of them got in there somehow.
yeah, one time there was that one guy that got into the parking garage.
Yeah. Isn't it like I think one of them was like an insurance building. I don't remember.
Yeah, the insurance building, that was the night shift one. That was the easiest one to run because it was so simple. Because during the night, doors are all locked. No one else is supposed to be inside. There you go. We mainly were there so, like, if it sprung a water leak or something, you know, we would report it before there's too much water damage. We were literally there because it made the insurance cheaper. That's what we were doing. is we were being there,
It's
getting paid because paying us was worth it for the drop in the insurance cost of the building,
of course.
which I have no problem with. I got a lot of volume
Yeah.
2 done there. I got a lot of volume 3 done there.
I remember your partner, the Russ, brought a book every night. He was pretty happy.
Oh yeah, Russ was cool. Still kind of miss Russ. He was like one of the chillest guys to work with.
He was like an older gentleman who rode there on a bike.
Yeah, he was like an older guy, ex-Navy. He bicycled there.
He gave you a Christmas CD one time, which was very nice.
Yeah, like amazingly enough, like this random old kind of like boomer guy, ex-Navy, bicycles in, and he also was a fan of KMFDM. I was like, what are the odds? How does this guy know
Really?
about
I
this
didn't
band?
know that. Cool. He's cool.
Russ was cool. If any of you are like, is Russ cool or not? Russ was really cool. Yeah, we got along good. There was a little coffee machine back there, so I could go and like brew myself up some cheap coffee all night.
Oh God. Yeah, that is your jam. It's just like hours alone drawing and coffee. That's all you need.
It is.
You could have probably brought music with you. I could have given you a headphone kit to do.
I did like at the night shift site. I was able to eventually start just bringing my old laptop, so I was able to
Oh,
put music on while I was drawing, and that really helped the time go too.
good. I don't remember a lot back then. That's nice.
Now, granted,
It's
like
kind of ideal.
technically, according to the rules, you're not supposed to do any of anything. You know, because they're not going to be like, yeah, sure, if you want to just like make story notes in your sketchbook, we're not going to like if you talk to the supervisors, they're going to be like, no, of course, don't do that. But you know, it's the sort of thing where if you do your job well, because you can't actually do the job poorly, you've got to make your rounds, you've got to like keep good notes, you've got to like log in some entries every couple of hours, you have to actually make sure there's nothing going down, because sometimes there's people that show up on the property. But as long as you actually do a good job and hit the bare minimum bar, which is very easy to hit, that job had a lot of leeway. The problem would come in is when I'd get coworkers paired up with me that were so incredibly lazy they would not even do the bare minimum, and then suddenly you get like the supervisors jumping down everybody's throat, and it's like, you guys just do a tiny bit of work. Like, it's such a small amount of work. Just do a teensy bit of work, and then we can just have a really chill, nice night here. But like some of these people were just almost like superhuman levels of laziness. It was astonishing.
Dave, have you tried quitting caffeine for a while?
Have I tried quitting caffeine for a while? Not really.
No reason not to. Coffee, we do whole bean ground, and because it's healthier, and there's so many like health qualities to coffee they're still learning about. That the natural caffeine stuff is good. Dave does a decaf at night though, so he kind of balances.
Yeah, like once I'm getting within like mid to late afternoon, at that point I cut off the caffeine and switch to tea or decaf, because you know, caffeine during the day when I'm supposed to be up, yeah, why not? But at nighttime, it's like I don't need to be like having trouble falling asleep.
I think I hear that caffeine right now.
You think you hear
Yeah.
the caffeine right now? Why do you think you hear the caffeine right now? Is it because I'm talking fast? You can't tell. I'm just normal. This is normal. Everyone else is going slow. I'm going fast.
Gotta go fast.
So I got the
Mama
wheelwright
tried going
skilled here.
vegan.
Oh, vegan. What
And
was
Mama
that
tried
like?
going vegan for a few weeks. He felt weaker but smelled better, he thinks. I'm not sure. I hope that was by choice, sir. I'm sorry if it wasn't by choice. There's so many great properties of protein that, you know, I would never do that. I could not do that. You have to like a lot of vegetables that I will not eat.
As long as you're getting all the necessary nutrients from other sources, but I've never researched how to do that on a vegan diet, so I would have to do homework to try it out.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're cutting out like dairy and if you're really serious about it, I don't know if that's really the wisest choice.
What do you mean? I cut out dairy? What are you implying, that I am unwise?
No, actually, the sad thing is when I said that, I completely forgot that coconut milk is not dairy anyway. I was like, milk, it's dairy. It's not, I know. I'm sorry.
Apologize! Oh, you already did. Well, that takes all the fun out of screaming, apologize!
You could pretend it wasn't good enough and, you know, make me submit harder.
Oh, what I gotta do is, if you do apologize,
Obey, obey, obey.
no. The way it works is scream for them to apologize. After they apologize, then you turn around to the rest of the pack and you say, see, they admit it. They admit their guilt. They apologized. They admit it. And then you use that as an excuse to go after them harder.
Exactly.
Which
Exactly,
people will do, by the way. So you have to
Yeah.
understand, like, apologies are for people that you know at some level. Like, they're people that you like have some degree of some degree of trust for, where you understand that they have your best interests at heart. And sometimes, and if you goof up and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, I feel as though an apology is warranted, so I will say I'm sorry to you. But if there's just like random strangers that are shrieking for an apology, usually that is a sign that these people are just trying to find some socially acceptable means of inflicting harm on you. And so the thing to do is to not give them anything.
Yep. Apparently, Firu, one of their friends, had at least one coworker that was worthless at the job and kept messing up the logbook.
Yeah.
Even told how to properly fill it out multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, it's amazing. Until other people have this experience, they'll be like, no, how hard could it be? You just fill in, like, the time, and you fill in, like, what happened. It's the easiest, but no. Like, trust me, if you could be in the most simple, easy job in the world, there will be a guy that you work with eventually that will not be able to do it. It's insane.
Yep. Okay. So, Dave, between the Troika and Runa's security forces, which have better guns, armor, training, and other equipment?
Troika has superior firearms. Just especially because the CCA, everything they have is sort of like standard issue, literally standardized, and the guns they have, it's pretty close to the models that they've had for a couple decades now. There's not a lot of innovation, whereas with the Troika, Sinter is just over there being like a literal mad scientist, constantly cooking up new shit, and he doesn't have to worry about the licensing and the red tape and like the prohibitions on different research. So the Troika have some much more advanced gear, especially when it comes to firearms. The shock troopers, though, they may have a training advantage to a degree. Like, the Troika have more diversity in training, but I think the shock troopers have more duration because they have to do mandatory, like, training refurbishings every so often, and they just have to go through a lot of training to be accredited, to be, career shock troopers.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Is that the shock troopers have standard weapons, but they're more shock troopers than Troika. But Troika has a wider range of creativity because Center's just wilding out in the corner.
Yeah. Also, the range of tactics is wider on the Troika because they're training to try to be able to counter nightmares, and who knows what's going to happen, on top of being able to hopefully evade city security forces and stuff. The shock troopers, it's not that they don't have to deal with a variety of threats necessarily, but it's all going to be in the same general line of work, which is law enforcement, apprehending power users, that sort of thing. So their training is going to be much more, I would say, focused and refined, and in that sense, they're going to be more specialized and maybe more capable. But the Troika are going to be having a broader range of tactical flexibility to face a variety of other situations.
Yeah, Mammo says only one small cup of coffee in the morning is the healthiest way. That's what I do.
Small cup of coffee.
You do that too, but you drink coffee throughout the day like a crazy man.
Yeah, I just like it. It's my favorite beverage. I like water too, though. Like, seriously, getting some water in the mix, it just feels nice.
What a great stream. Does Dave like water?
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. It's better when it's in the fridge. I don't know what's going on there. Why it's so much better when it's cold.
Yeah, if it's cold, suddenly it's delicious. But if it's room temperature, it's just like, eh.
Yeah. Looks like you finished the wagon wheels. What are you doing now?
This is the capital of Norvendire, the central castle. So, big ol' cool castle. With a little telepad platform up there for transporting to and from the tower, and some gondola wires coming down so you can go more efficiently to different directions.
Isn't that the district that kind of has some gargoyles?
Norvendire? Well, I
Yeah.
think gargoyles can be anywhere, but yeah, they've got like castle-y things and gargoyle-y things. I feel like this is like such a massive castle, and we're so far away from it that there's probably gargoyles on here, but they're too small to see at this distance. Maybe I should do a close-up drawing of some gargoyles.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Now
Yep.
that you mention it,
Yeah.
I'll do a close-up of some gargoyles because I like to draw gargoyles anyways.
Please.
Who doesn't
There
like
are a
gargoyles?
Oh. There are a couple gargoyle statues that appear in Volume 6 coming up, but it's nothing outrageous, so I just noticed them in the background.
We've also got, I think, volume 5, is it? No, it's volume 4, when Mace is watching the tour get ready for the Sabaton Tower. He's up there with like a couple of gargoyles.
That's kind of minus.
Whip is trying to give him the plans on here's how we kill Ravat, and Mace is like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't fly, buddy. We better just focus on protecting the girls. Which means going into a hole.
Which district has that building that looks like Xanthos' tower? I don't remember. We're referencing that cityscape where we decided one of them was Xanatos' castle tower. And I bet you don't even remember. I don't know what you do.
Some of these Andruna cityscapes I've just drawn in the past, and I haven't really even been like, this is exactly in this district. So some of them are just generic Dreamkeeper's city drawings.
Yeah, basically it's a big city, so he's just kind of fudging it and hope you don't notice. Until the lore book comes out, and you gotta remember.
Then I gotta get good.
Hey, good, Dave. I love gargoyles. The show and the actual item. You know that. I'm really kind of picky about how the statues look, though. You know, I need a lot of personality.
Well, sometimes gargoyle statues like look really like not cool. Like sometimes they're it's like these sculptors are like, let's see, do I make something that looks awesome, like sort of like a badass demonic thing with dinosaur features and bat wings, or do I want to make it a bulldog with wings, a frowny bulldog with wings, and then they just make the frowny bulldog with wings, and it's like, oh really? You could have made it look like all cool. It just looks like
It has to be like they kind of need to be interesting minions that like want to talk to you. Like basically, it needs to come alive. It needs to be a Muppet for me. Like it comes alive and it's like a character.
yeah, like to me, gargoyle sort of falls into the same category as like a goblin creature, where it's like I want it to have like some personality. It's just a gargoyle is like a goblin with wings that also might be like a little tougher because it's, you know, stone. I have very particular ideas about gargoyles.
We have rules. They're okay if they're kind of cat or dog like. I think that's kind of cute. But generally, I kind of like them more into like a dragon, griffin,
Yeah, agree.
monstrosity kind of look.
I wonder if I got a circle that small on this template.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can draw everything else in the world, but not a circle.
I'm okay at drawing circles, but especially for circles that are supposed to be a little more precise looking, they just look better if there's a template slapped on there. Obviously, it does not work for circles in perspective so much, but for just straight on circles, it works fine.
I was really surprised when you do circles in perspective that you're just fudging it each time. And disappointing.
Sometimes I'm fudging it. Sometimes I'm actually plotting it out.
No, I don't mean you. I mean like circles in perspective in general. When we learned that at school, I was like, really, you basically you draw the square at a perspective, and then you just kind of like draw the circle in there. Like, sure, why not? Cool.
Well, there's guidelines that are supposed to help you make it a little more accurate. Do you remember the guidelines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying. That's how I took it. It's like, oh, we're just kind of making it up. Cool. All right, Mama wants to know if the districts are like states or hoods.
States or hoods. I'm not sure what a hood is, but a state, yeah, it's sort of like, I would say the best analogy is United States has states, but they're all like United States of America. Andruna has districts, but they're all like, you know, they're all Andruna.
Yeah, I think the difference is that in Andruna, the districts kind of look distinctive. Like basically, if you drove from Ohio to Michigan, unless there's a sign telling you, you would never know.
Yeah, unfortunately in America, every single
Yeah,
state is like, oh, here we are. We're in Wisconsin. Look, a McDonald's.
yeah, it's all the same. A field, the field is the same. It
Yeah.
just doesn't matter. Yeah, hey, Eat the Outsider is kind of interested in a circle template. Normally, the best place to get those are kind of at really cheap at like a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby. They might even, I don't know if they have them in the dollar store in the school notebook area
I
is
bet
the best way to get it.
I bet they have them online too, probably like on Amazon and stuff.
I know, but I'm just trying to think of like the cheapest like right away, no effort because on Amazon you have to like kind of look at the picture and figure it out. You don't know how big it is. Is Android kind of like different parts of New York? We've never been to New York, so I really don't know how different it is.
There are areas of Andruna that have more urban density, but it varies. Actually, that's one of the things that I indicate on the map.
Ah,
No, seriously, on the district by district maps, part of the key is like if there's something that's pasture land or agricultural land versus something that's like more densely urbanized territory. I think I also added a key for dunes and forest land as well.
no, I know. I'm laughing at you because if you could, you'd just drag on a map right now, show it off.
I could, but it's in the other room. It's in the library right now.
It's unreachable. It's too far away.
It's too far. We've come too far. I can't turn back now.
I love that so much.
What is
Yeah,
that?
it's only
Harold and
30
Kumar go to White Castle. I think that's the movie it's from.
You know, I never saw that movie. I didn't want to.
I think you
But
did because I
that's
think
funny
that's
to
what
me.
that joke is from. It's when they it's like when they're
No,
going
it's
out to
from
White
that.
Castle and then they're like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot my phone." And then they look back at the apartment door they just left from and it's like 15 feet away and it's like, "Can't turn back now. We've come too far."
I've heard that was really popular in college for me. I've never seen the movie. Again, I don't want to, but it's very true. Like you're in the car, you're gonna go somewhere, you forgot something. Like, nope, I'm too far. Can't go back. Done that so many times.
Well, you got to factor in how far you're traveling though. Like
Well, no, you need to factor in how badly do you need whatever you left behind.
exactly. Like, if you're just going to the gas station to pick up a soda can or something, then yeah, whatever. But if you're going like, well, we're going to the convention. Oh, I forgot my phone. Oh, well. It's like, no, you got to go back for it.
Well, yeah. The big one for me is like, oh, we're gonna go on a road trip, but I got like the speaker to the iPod. And it's like, oh no. So with this castle you're drawing, are you going for more of like a British kind of block stone look on the castle, or are you going for more of the kind of like onion Russian drop towers on top? Because I've seen both.
This one is going a little more British, but it's still got some, like, sort of non-standard shaping characteristics in here.
Okay.
But the onion sort of look, I'm going to save that more for Ruskell, because it's, inspired by Russia.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot there was Ruskell versus Northernire.
Yeah.
Well, you do some world building, Dave. Your world building is so stupid. You didn't even think it out.
I love stupid world building. It's my favorite. Let's go to Epcot.
Oh man. Yeah, so New York is internally separated into bureaus: Manhattan, Queens, Harlem. Yeah, we've never been, so we really have no idea. We couldn't compare. What I notice on our districts is that the architecture changes a lot, so that's all I know.
Yeah, that's why I want to have some representative sketches and drawings for the different districts in the lore book to give a little bit of a flavor of that.
I think what you were drawing were wagon wheels, not ship wheels, right?
Yeah, these are wagon wheels.
Do they do ship wheels, being the Wheel Guild, or is it a separate guild?
They might actually have some conflict with the Boat Rights Guild over that topic
I
exactly.
would like unnecessary wars between the wheel guilds. That is stupid to me.
I mean,
know I love.
do you think it's unnecessary, or do you think that there's a lot of money at stake?
No, No, you know what I mean. As soon as it gets like stupid government in Andrewna, I'm all over that. That's the funniest thing to me.
Well, I don't know if there's a different kind of government.
True. It's the one you made. Yeah. Yeah, you can watch shows set in New York, but I think they use a lot of a backlot for a lot of the sets. From what I've heard, if you've been to like the Universal Studios backlot, you can actually figure out which of the sets they're using for some of the shows in New York, and they recycle them.
Oh, no kidding.
But sometimes they do film in New York, so you never know. Mammo thinks that wheel looks like it's alive, and it can zap him with a laser. Well, you know what that means?
Pew,
The
pew,
wheel
pew.
did its job. Excellent wheel. It is a pretty high-tech looking wheel.
I mean, it's actually just a standard wagon wheel. I know Anderuna can make wheels that are more advanced, like they've got like tire treads and stuff like that, metal. But these are just like straight up wooden wagon wheels. Because I was like, you know what? I want to just draw how they make wheels old-fashioned way, and then, you know, they probably have like factories and stuff by now in Anderuna, but still. But these are relatively low-tech wheels, just wood and metal. And they actually, usually when they're like hammering the metal pieces, like the rim onto the outside of the wheel, they'll have it like heated up in a forge, and then they'll get it hammered down onto the wheel so it sears into the wood, and then they like just ladle water over it to cool it off and contract it so it really squeezes down on the wheel.
Okay, well, you know, if you took your sky motes and your wheels there, you could have a really dumb roller coaster.
I just got an idea.
Andrewna theme park win.
Whoa! Might be fun. Might be a good time.
Oh, your Earth's insane, dude. Love your work. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Molasses. Hey, I think you're new. Yeah, we're just tracking. So what we're doing today is we're doing some pencils, and we're prepping for our Dreamkeeper's lore book. And a lot of things we're working on are kind of secret and spoilery right now, so we're just doing this on stream.
Yeah, Volume 6 is into definite spoiler territory.
Oh goodness. And we run Mondays 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern and Fridays 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We normally do digital work and animation, but it's drawing day. Have you seen the screen on that mister in the back?
Oh yeah, there's just a little corner of smoke up there, like, ooh.
Isn't that fun?
I should humidify every stream. People love the humidifier. Come for the art, stay for the humidity.
No, the sad thing is I was looking at the misters for the reptiles, which kind of look like cool like fountains, and I never got one.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? This is cooler. This is like a bigger version because those misters for the reptiles I'd be having to fill it all the time. I think they make noise too. These are like silent except for the water ripples.
Mm-hmm.
The reptile ones are like an annoying grinding.
Oh no.
More expensive too, ironically.
Yeah, I like the silent one, because when it just occasionally burbles, it actually sounds like a nice chill fountain. I am picky about how fountains sound. Like, if there's a fountain that sounds like a nice burble, like a stream running over rocks, that's perfect. The type of fountains that I don't like are the ones that just sound like someone taking a piss that never ends. That's like... Seriously, like, that's what... I don't know who is designing fountains. Like, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly the sound we want to have echoing through this room forever. Piss... It's just... Why don't we have some nice sounding fountains? Why don't we have... Because...
You know what?
Like, if you've been to a stream or a river where it's just like massaging the pebbles and rocks in there, that just sounds so cozy. That's the best way.
I like to imagine they built the fountain and then found out what it sounded like, and they're like, oh no, this is terrible.
Well, what did you think it was going to sound like, idiot? You made like one thread of water like pissing into a basin. What did you think that would sound like? What in your experience would that sound like?
I was so busy sculpting the cherub, I didn't think about what the sound was like where the water hit. I'm sorry. $3,000, it's too late there.
I'm very critical. I don't have fountains, but I'm very critical of them.
I know.
Other people
Hey,
with
maybe that's why you
fountains. I'm
don't
like, you're
have a
doing
fountain.
fountains wrong. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Like, what? Sir,
Maybe
how
that's
many
why-
fountains do you have? None, but I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong.
Truly. Okay, Dave. Well, build us a fountain and show us how to do it right. Fountain expert.
I would build a fountain, but I'm busy
Not
making
you.
books.
Okay,
But
draw
I'm
a
busy
fountain.
making books. You know I'm busy making books. Don't ask me for
Oh,
fountains. I'm busy making books.
that's bullshit. You gotta draw fountains in your books. I know this.
They're only drawings. They're not the real thing.
Fucking art goblin.
I'm busy making books. If I wasn't, I would probably be like a fountain lunatic. I'd be running around town. This is why God gave me books, to keep me from just like drive-by fountaining everywhere. Like people just wake up one morning like, why is there a fountain in the middle of Main Street? This is gonna block. Well, who did this? And it's like they're not gonna know because I also take
No.
great pains to conceal my identity.
Okay, first of all, drive-by fountaining sounds like you just get out and dance in fountains.
No.
Which is what we used to do in Columbus. Excuse me, if you forgot.
I did not dance in the fountains. I would
You did.
drink water because I was thirsty and submerge my head. Totally different.
I think I have a photo of you standing in the fountain.
Yeah, standing and dancing are not the same thing. Where are you getting dancing from?
You were kind of doing the knee up thing. You were like waiting. I remember you waiting in the fountain, and whoever was in charge of the fountain police would get mad at you, basically.
Well, that one time that they caught me, yeah. They're like, stop, these fountains are not supposed to be enjoyed. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, really.
It was summer, it was hot. I wanted to walk in the fountain.
Was that the library fountain, or was that the Wendy's fountain? Because they were really picking around the Wendy's fountain.
The Wendy's fountain was great. That was actually a really nicely designed one. It did not sound bad. It had water like going down big sheets into the pool area. So they assembled that fountain properly.
Oh, just noticed smoke. Didn't make a big fuss about it. No, it's a humidifier that's missed.
Look out!
I know it's a new addition. We got to adjust to it. something in the picture has changed. We need to address the change on the screen here.
Maybe like the next time I do a drawing stream, we should actually like get the red light and have it all like looking like evil lava back there. That'd be fun.
You know, I'm pretty sure they do have pissing fountain statues in the dream world, but until Dave runs by and yells, "Stop! I hate this."
Well, they have them in real life too.
I don't think you've ever fallen into a fountain. We've jumped in them a lot.
Yeah, never like accidentally. Like I've wound up in fountains, but it was never like, oops, I'm in a fountain.
It was never an accident.
Yeah, always by design.
Dry ice effect. Yeah, you had a fog machine in college, and stinky.
Yes, but it was that is the best way, by the way, if you're ever playing like Silent Hill or Resident Evil. Be in a room, turn out every light, and have a fog machine filling the room up with fog so that you're seeing the screen glowing at you through the fog. That is the coolest way.
That is, yeah, when you're playing a video game and you have like LEDs on your computer and then you put a fog machine in there, that is pretty badass, no matter what you're playing. In the dark.
Yeah. Making a little castle.
Is the castle song?
Yep, that's the castle song.
It's gonna be a really weird audiobook if you narrate the lore and you're singing the castle song.
Making a castle, castle time, la 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 la. Only this audience knows what I was thinking when I drew this. Please keep it secret.
I'm not sure you know what you're thinking when you draw this.
I know what I was just vocalizing it out loud. What do you mean I don't know?
Did you do the castle song?
Yeah, you heard it. Did you not hear me do the castle song? Do. See, there it is again. Just went by.
All right, so I have to ask. The last time I saw you yesterday, I think you were working on maps for another district, and now you're doing this.
No, yesterday
Whatever
I was
you're
doing volume 6,
what?
actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, last I saw a lore book.
Oh, lore book, yeah.
Aerial maps.
Mm-hmm.
and now you've got this. I'm kind of wondering how planned is this? Did you? I know you had the blues done before stream, so we could see it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, do you already know in the book what these are being used for, or are you just kind of like, I feel like it's castle time?
What I'm doing right now is I'm doing a detailed map of every district, like a relatively detailed map of every district. And then after I draw out the map where I know the basic location of the major aqueducts, different terrain types, and things like that, the next thing I do is I lay it out from the drawing in the computer. And that's where I can like be sure to clarify the different terrain types based on the key and also like add additional cities. And then when I have the map in front of me in the computer, I think this is actually going to go behind this tower. Then when I have the map in front of me on the computer, so I draw it, I lay it out, and then I make notes. And on the notes, what I do is I actually make an entry for every like little town and village or location name, because when I lay the map out, I'm putting the names on there. But then it's like, okay, so what are these different names on the map? So I have a document on the side where I explain, here's what this location is, here's the story behind this location, here's what this is. And that's where I think a lot of the like sort of like history and flavor of the districts is really going to come to life, is in all of these little stories about these locations. And so it's not just going to be like, oh, here's a map, a bunch of lines on a map, the end. It's like the map is really ideally going to help these districts just come to life in a really fun, interesting way. And then
I agree.
Yeah, and to finish my little production rant.
Yeah.
So I draw it, lay it out, notate all of the different locations and what they are and what is in them. And then after I get all of the notations done, I sit down and I'm like, well, I want to do like at least like 3, maybe 4 drawings for every district. So that way there is something to break up the text, in addition to obviously the map. So just because I want to make sure there's a little something to break up the text, a little something to help the layout of the book breathe, I look at all of my notations, and after I have all my thoughts together, then I decide, like, okay, I'm going to draw 3 or 4 things from this. 3 or 4 things that would be on this map. And then that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm doing the sketching part.
When you get to the Margay district, are you going to add the orphanage, or are you going to use recycled assets for that?
The orphanage is going to be on... Like, the orphanage is in the Margate district, but I'm not sure if it's relevant enough to actually be highlighted on the map itself.
I don't think it is. I mean, it's known in the story, but it's not like a major, like, relic of the city. Like, it matters.
Yeah, like, I know where on the map it is, but I'm just not sure, like, if you had a map of, like, this part of, like, this state, you wouldn't have, like Dirty Man's Orphanage, like, right on, like, the state level map, because...
Yeah, like if you're going on a sightseeing tour of Anderuna, I don't think the orphanage is a hot place to go.
No, not really. So the orphanage is in there. I could point out where on the map it is. I think we've actually articulated in some part of the book somewhere. I think the end of Prelude Collection 1 actually has a lot of lore on where the orphanage is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to necessarily be outlining that location in the lore book itself, because the lore book is more about Anderuna in general, not necessarily the specific plot line taking place in the graphic novels.
Oh, it's literally on the outskirts. I know, but I if you wanted to add the side view of it, I don't know. It's whatever you feel like doing. I wouldn't draw it again. It's not that important.
Like Grun's orphanage.
Yeah.
No, I've drawn that orphanage like a zillion times already, and I'm gonna draw it a zillion more.
You're gonna be drawing it again. You're not done.
I will say too, when it comes to the lore book, obviously I'm doing a ton of new art for it, but I'm not against using illustrations that have been seen in other books already. For example, like let's say in some of the graphic novels or Prelude, I've got like a really nice picture of the Margate Marketplace or something like that. Yeah, that could pop up in the lore book. So I don't think people are going to freak out if they're like, wait. This is also a comic panel. I think they'll be fine with it, especially because it's just going to make the lore book more visual and more fun to read.
Oh, but what if they want to have the same backstory as one of the Prelude characters?
What if who has the same backstory?
What if your character you design has the same backstory as a Prelude character?
What if my character
what if you want to play as Grun?
Oh, people can play as Grun if they want to, I guess.
Don't know why you'd want to do that.
I can't really stop them from playing as whatever they want. Like once they get the lore book and the role play system and all the rules, they can do whatever they want. I can't jump in their window and be like, "No, don't play as Grun. He's fat." You know, I can't do that.
The Grun Chronicles.
Yeah. You have the power to play as whatever you like. Once we get this lore book out.
You're not gonna police that. It's like you're not characters. Your character's not cool enough.
No, I'm not gonna police that. That would be really boring to police. Speaking of really boring to police, I'm actually gonna take a quick rest break. I'll be back in just a minute here.
Yeah, who would want to police that? That's weird.
To
Back
drawing
to
board.
life, back to reality.
If we don't have the rights, we'll get struck. Please stop singing that.
If I'm really bad at it, we won't have a problem. We've been through this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a walrus guy fixing stuff? Is it a walrus guy fixing stuff? The wheel guy, is he like a walrus?
Oh, I don't know. He's got a mustache there. The hat's down low. It's kind of hard to tell what he is. He could be a little walrusy. But he's not fixing it. He's marking out, with this little wheel thing, the area that he needs to drill holes for the spokes.
He's building.
Yeah.
Brighter future. Who is fatter than Grun? Is there someone fatter than Grun?
Besides your mom? Oh.
You know what? Every time I go to Walmart, I'm like, I don't think we've drawn Grun fat enough. I look around and I'm like, I see in some inspiration. I think Grun needs to get larger and larger as the series goes.
Well, I don't know. We're making it's like cartoons on. I'm not trying to like mimic reality that closely.
Yeah, I know they're sharks.
Yeah. I will say he is the fattest shark that I've seen. So.
That is true. I wonder how many sharks he eats. If he's just like eating sharks.
I don't think he's.
No, I know what it is. I know new lore, new fan art lore, new fan lore. Grun is pregnant.
No, you ruined it.
No, we can't make Dream Keepers. The artist is upset.
Oh,
Now it's not fun anymore.
don't have that be Ed, please.
It's canon. Now I'm gonna commission you to draw it.
I don't know which of you put her up to this, but please edit undo it. As the evil cackle emerges.
I'm going to commission you to draw it over and over and over again until that's all people know. And when they see my commissions, they'll think it's canon.
That's what I want them to think. When people think Dream Keepers, I want them to think pregnant shark. That's all I want.
Now put it in the book.
That costs extra.
Ah. I think you need to do a prelude this week.
I do.
I think you're going to be penciling it on Friday, huh?
I'm not sure exactly.
Ooh, actually, you terrible thing. It's Monday. If you pencil it before Friday, the debate will be, can I color it in time for Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Which means I'm going to have to stop my volume 6 and switch to prelude to stay on schedule.
Gotta stop making comics and make some comics so you have some comics to make.
I wonder if Grun's wife is bigger than Grun. Like, fat-wise. I bet she is. What do you think?
Maybe someday we'll find out.
Oh, no. Docky win. New Brickwake background character, Grun's wife.
We'll have that docu be like, actually, you don't get to see the design until after you buy it. You find out what the design is like when it arrives. Trust us.
You know, that would be, it'll never happen, but that would be like the best artist pre-order ever. Is like, pre-order this, and if it gets to a point, then I draw it. Otherwise, don't even bother.
Oh, that would be lame.
I know, it would be lame, but it would be really easy.
At the same time, though, I guess that's sort of like the formula of a crowdfund. Is like, hey, order this thing, and if we don't get the money to manufacture it, then we won't.
Exactly, but it's like, should I even draw this? Like, hey, yeah, sexy something pillow, but I'm not gonna draw it until you like invest, which is really terrible in theory because I wouldn't know if it was any good. I would never go for that. All we know about Grun's wife is that she left him and they kicked him in the nuts.
We do.
It was a divorce.
There was a divorce.
I know that.
Grun is officially divorced. And then he decided to sail away off the edge of the world to feel better.
Let's see. That is a noble, manly thing to do. Just get out of here. The Grun monologue.
The Grun monologues.
The Grun monologues. How terrible would it be to have like a Dreamkeeper's novel, but it's just not like narrated by Grun?
Get ready
Like
for the
AI.
story nobody asked for.
Just really depressed and tired and sighing the whole time, like he just doesn't want to be here. Everything is mispronounced and mumbled. It's really good.
There's a portion of the recording where he just nods off and doesn't realize that he's asleep, and the recording just continues. The editor was not at work that day.
Yeah, and then there's occasional like beer sips in the middle and a burp.
Yeah.
And maybe he just skips a whole paragraph and then just does not fucking care.
And then suddenly 14 minutes in, he's like, oh, what? This is still recording. Oh, oops. Anyways, where was I?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, really. Yeah, that does look like a little walrus man. Actually, that kind of looks like the Lorax to me.
the Lorax has invaded our story. Does he work on like making wheels? Is he constructive at all, or is he just like a hippie that's like, don't touch the trees, or what?
Yeah, he just kind of tells people not to touch the trees, but he's allowed to touch the trees.
Wait, he's allowed to touch the trees?
I assume he lives in a tree. I do not know the lore of the Lorax, nor have I seen the movie.
Ironically, we don't know the Lorax lore.
But I think he sounds like Danny DeVito.
Really? He sounds like Danny DeVito, and he runs around touching trees. And someone correct me if I'm misunderstanding the Lorax. So he sounds like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
He's a tree toucher. He just runs around molesting
Yeah.
trees all the time. And then when other people are like, I think I'm going to also touch the trees, it's like, no, get away from, these are my trees. These are not your trees. Ah! And then they made a movie about that guy.
Yeah. And when I say sounds like Danny DeVito, he is Danny DeVito.
Like literally Danny DeVito is a Lorax in disguise.
The voice.
Has he been
yeah.
pretending to be a human this whole time? He's been a Lorax, actually.
He does kind of look like it.
I just love that Danny DeVito meme. So anyways, I just started blasting. I don't even know what that's from, but the meme is glorious.
I'm pretty sure that is from that Sunny Philadelphia.
Oh, It's Always Sunny in, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that, but I've never seen any episodes. Maybe we should watch that
I've heard
sometime.
all the characters are really terrible, and I think that's what makes it charming. Is that they're just like disgusting people.
Yeah, that sounds really fun, actually. Which actually is very close to Arrested Development. One of the things that makes Arrested Development so charming.
Well, that is true, but the thing about Arrested Development is it's like a dysfunctional family of narcissists, you know?
Yeah.
Which is a touch of realistic. Mama wants to know how Grun ended up being an orphan caretaker.
That is a story that I must save for another day, because it's actually spoilery.
Yeah, that could be in Prelude. I don't know. That might come up more.
I'm not sure if it's going to come up in the graphic novels or Prelude, but at some point it's going to come up.
Yeah, he was a legit villain in Volume 1, became more of a joke. That's because we decided to reuse him for that, what I remember. I think he was supposed to be like a one-time villain in Volume 1, and we left, but we were like, no, let's keep using this one.
Yeah, like Volume 1 had
That's
a lot
what I
of,
remember.
I think the phrase is early installment weirdness, just because it was the first Dreamkeepers stuff that we ever made. It even predates our production on all of Prelude. But then we sort of, like, we did have an overall story concept when we started Volume 1, but we did so many revisions through the years as we got, like, a sharper and sharper sense of what we want Dreamkeepers to be. Although Grunt is still, you know, a huge jerk. It's not like, oh, he's actually really nice and chill. So he has a different vibe than he did in Volume 1, I think, but it's not completely incongruous.
He's got a little more to him than just that one note, like, I'm an angry villain.
Yeah, we threw a couple more keys on, not too many keys on the piano. It is Grunt, but there's a little more. For instance, he can sometimes also be depressing. So much range. He's not just abusive. He's abusive and depressing. You're welcome.
I'm pathetic. He wasn't pathetic before. He was kind of supposed to be a threat. Guess.
I mean,
He is a threat.
to someone like the size of Mace, it's pretty threatening, I guess.
Alright, the Lorax story is about conservation. He basically just shows up and about not cutting down too many times. Danny DeVito did the voice in the CG movie. I am convinced that he touches trees. That is probably where he came from.
Your audio cut out. Something about, like, it's about conservation, and he... What now?
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but when you were talking about conservation, it's
No,
about
I'm
how
just saying,
there's, like, a
I'm
blank
pretty
spot.
sure- I just think Danny DeVito, I'm sorry, I just think the Lorax touches trees.
Does he?
Hi.
Like, you're reading something... Someone in chat had the goods. They gave us information. I need that information. What does the Lorax do? Exactly. What exactly do you do around here, Lorax?
Make you feel bad and, like, tell you how to live your life.
Oh, no. We're not playing that game, Lorax. You're not going to make me feel bad. I have no capacity for feeling bad. I just need to know, what are you doing with all these trees? What is he doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is he's doing something with them and you're not allowed to touch them. So, obviously.
Yeah,
He's,
let me guess. He's like, all you people need to leave the trees alone. I'm the only one that can touch the trees, but it's because of conservation. It's not because I'm a pervert. I promise it's not because of that. No, that's not the reason, but you all have to go right now. I need privacy with these
Okay.
trees.
Now, apparently he springs up from a tree stump and then later ascends into the sky of a beam of light at the end, so maybe he's secretly Jesus.
He springs up from a tree stump. Yeah, what was he doing down there in the tree stump? I wonder. I think I've got this number of this.
The Lorax is symbolic for God.
And then he floats up in the sky on a beam of light. I don't buy it.
So that means Danny DeVito is secretly God.
If he was God, I don't think he'd be keeping it secret, honestly. I think he'd be very, very loud.
Well, no, I'm not sure if you've seen his Facebook, but he only does his own feet pics once a year, so whatever.
Excuse me, what?
I have told you this.
He does once a year feet pics?
Yes.
What is he marking an anniversary of something? What is this? Why? Hey, why does he do it?
He's not on very often, but once or twice a year, you suddenly get Danny DeVito feet pics on his Twitter. Well, I have
That's
told you
insane.
this.
No. You did not tell me this. I've never heard about the Danny DeVito annual like commemorative feet pics. This is insane. A, like if he's on social media a little bit, it's like okay. Well, why put feet pics up at all, and then why put feet pics up on a specific anniversary that borders on?
It's not that it's not that it's an anniversary, which would be funny.
Oh, look at the
saying
time! It's that time of year again. Better bust out the old mud stompers.
He just shows up once or twice a year on his Twitter to post a feed.
You guys know what time it is.
Well, no, the alarming thing is how many likes it gets.
Yeah, but why? Why is he doing this? Why is he putting his feet once a year? What is the story behind the footversary?
The alarming thing is how many people like the foot pics from Danny DeVito for no reason.
Oh, that's not alarming. I believe people like feet pics. That you don't have to sell me on the notion that there's crazy Danny DeVito foot lovers out there. I bet half the people in this audience are like Danny DeVito foot fans. You psychos. But what I don't understand is why is Danny DeVito feeding this addiction? Why is he making it worse?
What? I think it's his addiction. I don't think it's the fans. I think he just does that.
Do you think he's the
think it's
Lorax
his
of his
thing.
own feet pics? He's like, listen, I have a very important message to share with all of you. It's about conservation.
Actually, that would be really. He'll never answer or read it, but it would be really funny to send him a tweet just be like, "I see what you're doing, Lorax," as a comment on there.
I should just send him a snail mail letter. He opens it up. Got this letter in the mail. What does it say? What are you thinking? That's it? What? That's the letter. Just what are you thinking? Plain text in the center of the page.
Now, I have always found, like, the idea of sending people snail mail memes the most hilarious thing ever.
Yeah, it's because it's like they're out of their natural environment, and you don't expect to see them there. So it's kind of fun.
I know, it's entertaining, but then it's like, it takes 5 days to get to you. The effort involved to send you a meme in the mail is really funny to me.
Yeah.
It's stupid. The stupidity of that is hilarious. So I do love the idea of sending someone, like, actually, if you were to send someone like a tweet like that, it would be really funny to leave the Twitter heading and like website around it. But just send them,
it's like a screenshot.
Yeah, tweet. I'm just like, what are you doing? Just of you. Is that not the funniest thing ever?
Like you're sending them a screenshot of a tweet that you're composing, but that you never actually tweeted them.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny.
I think that's really cute. Somebody who was allowed to, I guess, took Steve Martin's tweets and put them in a book. Fine.
What was the title of the book? They're Mine Now?
Outdated in a day. I don't know.
Look at this new book by Steve Martin, but it's not by Steve Martin, titled, What Are You Gonna Do About It?
That actually would be a really winning title, be not by Steve Martin.
That actually kind of sounds like his speed.
By Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Actually, that's funnier than a lot of things that they write about. That's a better title than everything they've come up with.
Not by Steve Martin. Written by Steve Martin.
Yeah. If there was a chance to get, like, snail mail of celebrities just to send Danny DeVito tweets or something, that would be really funny, or memes. But a lot of the snail mails are not available, which is fine. We got 12 minutes.
Oh no. What am I gonna do for 12 minutes? I know, draw castles.
I'm sure you'll think of something. I know that the Sabaton Towers is supposed to look like a modern structure compared to all of these.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you made it look a little more interesting than what it could have been.
It's my crime. Too much interestingness on the towers.
I'm just saying it could have been like a really big stupid rectangle. It just didn't fit.
Oh, like an obelisk or something?
Yeah, just like a modern day disaster. You know, your typical office building.
Oh yeah, I didn't want it to be as boring as real buildings though. Like that's just the worst.
Well, no, I'm saying like that would have looked so out of place. It would have actually made us look bad. There is that weird level. There is that weird level where you want to make something look ridiculous, but you don't want it to make it look like we were the ones who messed up.
And her name is Tinsel.
True. Oh, Mammal, I don't remember what the Twitter post is about V. I have no idea. I might go look if I can. I broke the computer.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yep, I have to log in, so I just don't know what that is. Never mind. Oh, she looks extremely out of character, not pissed about stuff. She has range. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, V's always mad. She has range. But there's just a lot of frustration being in the orphanage and Prelude. And then she's going to war in the graphic novel, so she's kind of got a lot going on here.
Yeah.
She looks nice on the docky. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know, like, do you want, like, angry face on the dockies? Because I don't really think we're going to do that.
I don't know, I think like every character has a little bit of, some capacity to feel different emotions. It's just going to be based on like what's happening in the scene usually.
I think so. I think if this was an animated movie, you'd see she's got, like, other emotions. And that's fine. I kind of wonder with the lore book if people are expecting us to just like have character backstory for no reason.
I don't know.
Like here's Mace's chapter, here's Grun's chapter, that kind of thing.
Well, I guess that would be like graphic novel story lore, but this is more like Dream World, Dreamkeeper's concept in general lore. I think that people, especially people that are like in the Dreamcord server and they see the Dave shares concept sketches and they listen to the streams, I think they probably get the gist of what the lore book is about a little more.
I hope so. I mean, it relates to an RPG. I don't know what kind of a like. I feel like Prelude is like Nama lore. I don't really think like a paragraph of boring, what's her favorite ice cream is really going to do it.
I don't know. Like, I think first we want to do, obviously, like the Dreamkeeper's Ascension lore book that gives you all the Dream World, Andruna, different locations, creatures, all that stuff. And then in the future, I want to get more graphic novels out of the pipe mainly. But, if there was, like, interest, I could see, like, a concept art book that's more about, like, the development. Like a concept art book that's about the development of the graphic novel series. And that might include more, inside baseball on the characters, because also that could also like go into the concept and how the characters are formed, and then also into like what is their intended role in the story and how do they mesh into the plot and things like that. Because at that point, like that would be like after someone has read the graphic novels, then it's like, oh well, now there's no spoilers, so we can sort of like unveil what everyone's role in the story was designed to be.
Yeah, I agree that would look really cool if we had like the concept art of the characters through, like with Vanth. With Vanth, we have a lot of like the development of the style with her. With Nama, we really don't have a lot of that. So, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like Nama, like the main cast of characters, they went through some early modifications and stuff, but they generally wound up being.
I'm saying we don't have that sketchbook, and that didn't take as much work as Vanth. We did a lot of work on Vanth.
I think we have some scans of the early 5 main character sketchbook.
Yeah, but there isn't as much. It's like we were a lot better at scanning every single thing you do later on after that issue.
Yeah.
Like that is seriously the one sketchbook that just we're not paying attention to.
I know there was one that was stolen by a taxi cab driver, unfortunately.
That did not have a lot of Dreamkeepers in it, honestly.
It didn't, so it's not as bad as it could have been, but I was still like, oh man.
Oh, you were really upset about that.
Yeah. Well, the drawings went away. I don't like having art subtracted.
I don't know. Which is so terrible because he didn't care about that. I could tell he wanted the camera.
Well, he's just a thief. He's just stealing stuff that's like worth money, and at that point in time, like even now, like he wouldn't have had a way of knowing whether or not some drawings were worth anything, so it probably just got tossed in a dumpster.
You would have paid to get that sketchbook back. I know you. You could have ransomed that back to you. You would have bought it. Or killed him.
Nah, I'm not gonna kill someone over a sketchbook. That's still, depending on the person, that's sometimes a little excessive.
Could you get away with it?
With murder?
In theory. In Minecraft?
In theory, in Minecraft. Even in Minecraft, the thing is, even if you're like, oh, I could get away with murder in Minecraft, it's like, okay, maybe today, but you don't know what kind of forensic advances are going to be taking place in the next 5 years, 10 years. So even if you're like, oh, I'm totally going to get away with it, haha, it's like, all right, maybe you'll get away with it for a while, but if it comes up as a cold case and they have more technology to bring to bear on it, I don't know, it's just even beyond like the whole ethical question of like, is it right to end someone else's life based on like, a non-defensive scenario?
I like that this is where this is going.
Yeah, just
it's not a sketchbook now we're about like the ethics of life and death.
Yeah, it's like someone stole a sketchbook from me, but so here's the trouble with trying to get away with murder.
Would you have called the cops and set up a sting to get it back?
I tried to get it back. I called the guy because I had his number, I had the cab company's number, but just none of them were giving me the time of day. So I think what I had to do is I just had to report it to the police as a theft, and that was that.
The police don't care.
Yeah, not really. They are generally there to fill out paperwork after a crime. They're not really there to stop crime from happening, generally.
Oh man, they can't wait for Mace to go, it's Dreamkeeper's time, proceed to dream all over the bad guys. You know what, when we sell this to the stupidest cartoon show TV network, it's Dreamkeeper's time. It's definitely whatever Butch Hartman is gonna cook up there. That's the worst one I've ever heard.
It's Dreamkeeper time.
It's dream time, guys. We gotta go to the dream world. That's terrible.
It's dream and scream time.
Everybody dreaming. Dumb.
Kids like catchphrases. Sorry. That's just the reality. Gotta get them catchphrases in there.
You grew up in the 90s, sir. Nobody thinks that's cool now. That is cringe.
Did I do that? Eat my shorts,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, and the catchphrase is now cringe.
Cowabunga.
It's Mason time. Good job. Oh, what is... Oh. Yeah, even the Power Rangers had that. I bet they still do that, too. If they have that show.
It's Mighty Morphin Dorkin time.
You got 2 minutes? Are you gonna finish your castle?
Actually, I might finish it like right exactly on time here.
You're not even gonna rush. I know that. You're just gonna do whatever you want.
Well, I don't need to rush through it, actually, because the thing is I want these more distant parts of it to be a little bit more lightly touched with the pencil anyway, because it helps give a little... I mean, it's just graphite, but it still helps give a tiny bit of illusion of atmospheric perspective. If the thing's really far away, the lines are less hard. They're a little more like fuzzy, and the lighting is a little softer. Then it sort of makes it appear, it feels just a little bit more distant. And when you can get those impressions in with a pencil, it's just, I don't know, just helps get the idea that you want across in the image.
Is that a gondola?
Yes, there are gondolas that come down from the Capitol Towers in most of the cities.
Going gondola. Going gondola.
Gondolonga ding dong.
You gotta say that whenever you go on the gondola. I'm going gondola.
What I say is gondole me, and then I just jump on and make eye contact
No!
with the gondola driver.
That's really inappropriate.
Let's get gondoling.
Oh, you know, he's got that look like, oh god, it's that guy.
Yeah, he hates me. The gondola driver just cannot. But that's fine, because then it's like I know he's going to be going as fast as he can to the destination. I'm not going to waste any time.
You know, the important thing is that he remembers you. And
Yeah.
that means he's thinking about you, and that's exactly what you want.
Somebody cares about me, the gondola driver, in a negative way, but still.
And that matters.
Even negative attention is attention at the end of the day.
I know. Stupid. Alright, I'm behind on chat over here.
Perfect timing. Finished my
All right,
castle.
Mammo Head.
Finished my
Mammo had a-
coffee.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You did it. Man, I had a DK related dream the other night for the first time. That is creative.
Oh, cool. We're getting the Dreamkeeper's Dream Inception. Did they ever attempt putting gondolas on the Sabaton Tower before they realized it was too tall to make it work? Actually, they do have gondolas coming down, I think, from they don't come down from the top, obviously, because the air pressure is too thin up there, but from around the middle level, I think they've got some gondolas coming down from the Sabaton. So if you were trying to get into the Sabaton Towers, and if they had extensive security forces on the perimeter on the ground, because they have that like mile of open pavement between the tower and the rest of the city, the gondolas would be potentially another way to get up there.
Or a death sentence.
Well, I mean, if you fall down, don't fall down. Just don't do that.
How long would the elevator ride take for the towers if you could?
I haven't even calculated it. I'd have to figure it out. First, I have to figure out how tall the towers actually are.
You will have to do that, sir.
I know.
I've heard people asking.
Lore book, I got to put all the little numbers in there, get it all precise. And we're getting closer to it every day. So thank you guys for hanging out during the stream. This was fun. Liz, anything else before I call it a show?
Nope. Sounds like a show.
No? All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, thank you for enjoying the work. If you want to share it with new readers, we spread largely through word of mouth. And thank you, everyone, for the support that you are giving us by sharing and supporting on Patreon, or even just by enjoying the story. So we're working to bring more your way. Everyone have a fantastic rest of the week. Stream ends in 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1.